Because tell us what's different about the offense this year versus last year.
I would have to say we are going to run a lot this season. Last season was more of a half-court pace, but this season we want to get out and run. So it should be fun to watch.
And how's that transition going?
That transition, it was a bit at first, but now that we're getting into the season, it's been a way better transition, just getting more accustomed to that fast pace.
With a different coach here, what are some of the differences between how you are preparing for this season versus preparing for seasons in the past?
You know what? I don't think there's a difference between preparation. I think there's a difference between. Okay, I take that back. I think there's a difference between preparation, how we're gonna play, right? Like she said, we're running, we're getting out. We have more of a focus on the defensive end. So it's just those things we're trying to build on when we play another opponent, is trying to get those defensive stops, trying to, do what we do on the offensive end. So I think that's the difference in this year preparing from last year.
Are you guys ready to play someone in a different color uniform?
Oh,
Get
yeah.
out there and get going tomorrow night?
Definitely, yes, sir.
Absolutely. I mean, we play against each other. We play against the guys, but there's nothing like playing another team. So we're excited to be able to, show what we can do and be able to put it right onto the floor with people who haven't seen what we, are going to do this season.
Aaliyah, so you played in 3 different systems now, right?
Yeah.
Gary,
Yep.
Joni, are there any common denominators, or are they completely different, or how tough has that been?
It's definitely different. They put you in different spots, right? You come on different teams, you have different roles. I don't think it's been hard, considering I've gone to each school and I've been given a certain role. So I just try to take on that role as much as I can. But I mean, it's great, kind of going from different systems and being able to see how you fit into each one and where you fit into each one. So I just have been trying to build on it, take advantage of it, and just learn from every system I've been a part of.
Coach Taylor said that this is the theme of this season is becoming. So what are we becoming so far?
I think we are becoming the best we can be every day. I understand that everybody wants to win a national championship. Everybody wants to do that. But I think if we focus on winning each day, then everything else will all come together.
Yeah, and I think she always talks about who's our identity. So every day, every game, we're trying to find who we are becoming to be, right? Who the identity we're trying to find within ourselves. And we really focus on it being defensively. Everyone says once you get defensive stops, it leads to scoring, it leads to transition, it leads to the offensive end. So whether that's defensively, rebounding, just transition, like we're just trying to find every day what our identity is and who it's becoming to be for Texas A&M.
How tough is it now? Last year you dealt with Gary Blair's going to retire all year long. I mean, that kind of hung over you ladies, and you didn't have a good year on the court. Now you break in a new coach. How's that transition of that off the court, so to speak, and what's realistic expectations do you feel for this team?
I would have to say, yes, we know it's the Joni Taylor era, which is a great thing. I think it's special being a part of her first team, and I think we look at it in a positive aspect just because it is her first team, and this is a great era that's beginning. And we are realistic about our expectations. We know what we can become, and we have to just become that great team that we can be, and we have to take it day by day. So we have high expectations because we know the team that we have. So everybody's going to see what we're capable of.
Well, yeah, anything to add to that or different?
I mean, Gary's last year, that's a big thing, right? I think for him, he always told us, like, everyone knows that. But what are we going to do, right? How are we going to get better? He always said it's not about him. It's not a me thing. It's a we thing. So I think just we were trying to build that we. And, we didn't have many positive outcomes, but This year, I think the new Joni Taylor era, like I said, it's a process. It's not going to come in one day. It's not going to come in 1 week. It's not going to come in 1 month. That's why the season is so long. That's why we play so many people. So I think it'll just be an everyday process and just trying to, like I said, find our identity. Who are we as Texas A&M?
What do y'all think about Coach Blair being up in the crowd watching? He's already made comments, but he's gonna be like everyone else, making comments or whatever. How do y'all feel about him being up there watching?
I think it'll be interesting just to see him in a different space. I know it'll take him some time to get adjusted to, but it'll be fun and funny to see how it turns out.
I'm sitting here thinking, who is Gary Blair to not watch Texas A&M women's basketball? I would expect him to be. I expect him to be at every single game, cheering us on and just being supportive and seeing what he has put into Texas A&M and how it's going to continue to grow through Joni Taylor. So, I mean, great man, great guy. So I definitely am excited to see him there.
So what about the newcomers? Tell us what's your thoughts about them. What's the most impressive thing about the newcomers?
They're very talented.
Yep, very, very talented.
Very versatile. They all bring something different to the table. I think that's one of the things that makes this team so dangerous, including the incomers and the returners. We're all versatile in many different ways. And I think a lot of people won't see that coming, and that's the fun part about it.
Yeah, we're bringing a lot of talent in, and we have a lot of key pieces. I think they contribute so much to this year's team. We're very young, but they contribute in their own way, in different ways. It's been really good over the preseason to be able to see them grow, to be able to see them learn new things and how they fit into our offense and defense. They're great energy. They're great kids. They come in every day willing to learn, willing to accept challenges. We have a really talented freshman group, and we're going to need each and every one of them this year.
With playing up pace and playing tougher or harder on defense, does that mean more subs, or you guys are going to have to
I don't know about more subs. I think Jody's doing well getting us in shape, so we don't really need as many subs. We're working every day to continue to be at the same pace so that when it comes into the game, we're ready for it, right? There's no surprises. There's no rude awakenings for how fast we're going to play. She incorporates that every single day into every single drill that we do, whether it's just going through half-court plays. She always says, run it hard, run a game like speed. And I think we've been getting better at that. Like McKinzie said, last year we were mainly half-court. So that was a little bit of an adjustment, was just going from a slower speed to a faster speed in whatever we do. So she's definitely been incorporating that every single day.
What do you guys hope to learn in your first game? Obviously, you've been playing each other a lot. You can only learn so much from game one. The season's long, but what do you hope to take away from tomorrow?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I can answer.
Go ahead.
I would say who we're going to be this year, right? Not who it's going to be coming forward. I think we're focusing on who we're going to be, right? What are we going to be good at? What's going to stop other teams, right, that we can bring to the table? Like I said, this year is all about our identity and who we're becoming. So I think these first few games, it'll be about, like, what we're doing, right, to beat our opponent, whatever that is, and trying to really focus on that and not so much of the other things, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that was a great answer. To add to that, I think just knowing that we're going to be fun to watch. And I think once we get in the game, we'll realize that wow, we're fun to watch. It'll make us want to play even harder and play together. So, yeah.
That's pretty good. All right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you all.